Welcome to Habit Tutorials. Again, I am Dion Pouncil, founder of Money School. In this video, I'm going to show you how to customize your chart. You don't want to be stuck with the same boring charts all your life. I'm going to show you how to make yours pop just a little bit more with some easy tricks and tips. So if you see our mouse here, we're hovering over the settings icon and we click it. And here is our chart settings. The menu to the left symbol, status line, scales, appearance, trading, and events. And what we will do in this video is go through each of these menu items in the chart settings. And as you can see, if you drag and hold your chart settings box, you can move it around your chart, which is really helpful if you want to make edits as you watch price trade. So let's start from the beginning. Remember, right-click, settings, and here you are. There's also a settings wheel here at the bottom where you can make some quick adjustments to your price scales and your time scales. And there's also a settings button here that you can click. Okay, let's start with symbol. So symbol, as you can see, represents the symbol on the chart. So look at these candles here that should help you understand we can make edits to these candles. So let's go over each of the options available to you. Color bars based on the previous close. Watch these bars and the way their color changes when we check this box. See that? Red, red. Watch down, we uncheck it. Green, green. So this is coloring the bars based on the previous close, rather than the open and close. So for those who understand that, you are just changing the color based on if the price is above the previous close, or if it's above the open. One click, do that. Next up, we can now customize the body of the candle. That would represent the inside fill here. We are going to zoom actually a little here. So the body is this fill here. We click, as you can see it empties out. So you can make hollow candles. The color palettes here are how you change the color of that body. So yellow. So now you just created yellow. Let's undo that, or for red. So here's the red candle. Maybe we prefer to see black. Now we can have a black candle as our red, and if we do borders unchecked, you won't see them because the borders are the same as the body. But watch what happens when we select, say, blue, or when we select, say, yellow. And the tint is very low, but if we zoom in, there's actually a yellow around this, and a blue around this. So why don't we do black, and now you can really see the black outline here. And that is in this color region. You can just select a new border. So if we were to do, say, purple, there's a very light tint of purple now as the outline on this candle. Let's go back to normal. We're just walking you through what each of these mean. And as an example, let's say you hide the body, select borders, and then change the color, say, to black and to yellow. Now, as you can see, you created hollow candles with these different outlines. All right. The wick is self-explanatory. The wick is going to be this area here on the candle. So if you unselect wick, it disappears. Click it again, and now you can change the color of your wick, and you can get as creative as you please. All of these colors are available to you. Just select the color menu, and then select your color. By the way, what we are showing you here applies to just about every chart option, whether it's bars, candles, hollow candles. You get it, you can update and change all of the look and feel of your chart in the settings. So this is simple, and remember these candle icons represent that we are changing the symbol itself. Okay, now a few more tips and tricks here are the last price line. So if you zoom in, you're going to see a dotted price line appear. Watch this, the last price line. See this dot? This dotted red line shows us the last price. And it's of the traded asset that we're looking at. And when you uncheck it, watch these dots disappear. Check it again, there. So we can watch the last price line live on our chart and see how it's moving. In fact, what we will do is we will go to a lower time frame. For this example, for 30 minutes, let's hide our volume profile or just remove it. And now we really have a zoomed in look at the price action, as you can see. So let's go to settings. And here is another cool thing about this. You can adjust the line thickness. So watch these dots and how they change as we go through the thickness options. Not as visible, slightly more visible, very visible. See that, and now extremely visible. Let's keep it here for now. Previous day's close price. Now what this is going to show you is where the price was the previous day. And you can easily see that on your chart. See it here. So what we're doing now, which is pretty cool, as we have our last price line here, see it going across our chart. And now what we're doing up here is we have a previous day close price line. So now we can watch prices in real time on our chart with the previous day's close also on our chart. So you can see our above or below the previous day's close. Let's go to settings. If you're watching a stock, for example, and it trades with pre and post market hours, this is what this region will do. We are recording this video at a time when the market is open. And remember, the market is open 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time to 4 p.m. And so if you were looking at a chart, say at 7:30 a.m. in the morning or 5:30 p.m. MET after the market closed, you could use this box to quickly see pre and post market prices. And you could change the colors of those price lines just by using this menu here, this color menu. Okay, some other really cool things about this symbol menu. So we are controlling what we see relative to the symbol on the chart. You could do high and low price lines. You can do average close price line, bid-ask price lines. And you can also adjust the data for dividends, which we'll get into. But first, let's go through what we just showed you. We just added 3 things to the chart: high and low price lines. Super important. As you can see, there is a light shaded line here that's running across the chart. See this light line that goes all the way across? That is your high of the day. See this low shaded line here at the bottom? That is your low of the day. So we've added these to our chart just by going to settings, symbol, and high and low price lines. Here it is up here and down here. Average close price line. Then it's going to show you the average close. And it is a very light line to see, but it's here. 372. And you can choose to hide or unhide that. Lastly, bid-ask lines. So bid-ask lines are going to show you where the bid and the ask are at any given point for a tradable asset. And it's going to show you where's the buying happening, where are people bidding, and where's the selling happening. What are people asking for a specific price at? We'll get to this a little later as we make some adjustments to our chart menu. But for now, keep this in mind: bid and ask lines. Okay, just data for dividends. If you're trading a stock or an asset that pays out dividends, one click will adjust the price for all the dividends that you've received. So if you're following a stock, for example, that collects a lot of dividends or sends out a lot of dividends, this button should be your best friend because you can adjust the price for all of the dividends you receive. Moving on, extended hours. What does that mean? Extended hours are related to our pre and post market price lines. These are the hours that happen when the market is closed. This primarily applies to stocks that have a cent you know, or even currencies that have a cent open and close time. So if you go back to settings, symbols, extended hours, or intraday only, we can change the colors here as you can see. This is going to be pre-market. So in the morning we have this light color for the morning. And this is after hours, we have this blue for after hours when the market is closed. And you can change those colors right here. Watch what happens. So let's change the morning time, say a dark red. And let's change our after hours to dark green. And now as you can see, here's our post market. Market closes at 4 p.m. ET. And then here's our pre-market. This red, we're going to move our settings box. And there you have it. Now lastly, in this symbol section, you can adjust your time zone. So where are you in the world? Find your time zone and click. We have time zones that span the entire world and will make your life a lot easier for understanding these time scales down here. And of course, the precision is default at the moment, so that is for the asset you're watching. But depending on how you want to see price displayed, or to what decimal, you know the precision that you want to see. See what happens to the price scale here. We're changing the price scale to how many decimals we want to see. But for now, let's keep it default. And there we have it. Okay, we hope that helped. Now what we're going to do is move to another chart. And for this next chart, what we're going to do is the same thing. Right click, settings. Let's uncheck some of these boxes here to clear it up. And let's get started on something new. Let's go to the status line. So what is the status line? Well, if you look at the icon here, see this icon? This is a lot like this up here. And that is exactly what you are controlling. The status and the description of the symbol on your chart. So watch, for example, when we uncheck symbol, did you see what happened? Keep your eyes on this top left region. So we are choosing to show the symbol on the chart or not. It's for our own clarity, or how we want to see the chart. And there are two options. So for building a beautiful chart, ticker, or description, the description will just show you a little more information about the symbol you're looking at. You can choose to show the open market status. So what's that mean? Well, watch again up here. See that green light that's appearing? This green light, it means the market is open. Really cool. Hover your mouse and you know it's open. And by the way, this is helpful for just keeping this open. When the market does close, it will turn to a color that denotes that the market is closed. Open, high, low, close values. The key here, that's what OHLC means. Open, high, low, close. So watch this region here. We click, now we see O for open, high, low, close. So if we want to hide that, we're showing it's one check. Bar change values. That's going to just tell you what the percentage move or the bar change that is occurring. And so watch this little area here. It hides. And if we want to hide everything, by the way, we just uncheck all of these boxes. And now look at our chart. We don't even have to look at the information up here. It's just a price chart. For now, though, let's select all of these so that we can see the chart. Okay, show by sell buttons. This is really important if you are trading from a TradingView. By the way, your trading paddle is really where you could get started here. And we really recommend you try out at least paper trading, so you could paper trade from your TradingView account. Manage money without risking anything. Just see what it's like. Click connect, follow the steps, and you're good to go. There are also a ton of brokerages that you can connect to down here. All it takes is just clicking connect on the brokerage that you want to connect to. So why are we telling you this? It's because if you go to settings, go to the status line, and then show buy sell buttons. See these buttons appear, and watch what happens when we click them. Let's exit this. It opens the trading panel, and we can start to trade just by clicking one of these buttons. And as an example, let's connect our paper trading account. Now watch what happens. Our paper trading account is connected. We're showing our buy sell buttons. Let's say we click to buy and our market order appears. But of course, we can change that to limit and we can define our risk permit parameters. For example, take profit, stop loss, send an order, and that's just paper trading, remember. So we're not actually risking anything. We're just testing ideas and trading live from the chart. Okay, let's go back to our chart settings. So we right click and go to settings here, status line. And there's our order executed, modified, fantastic. Okay, now so here's show buy sell buttons. We'll keep these open for now, indicator titles. So if you have an indicator on your chart, which of course are your indicators and strategies. So why don't we add an indicator such as something simple? Let's go to the moving average. Let's add our moving average. That's this blue line. So as you can see now, I'm a moving average. And let's go to settings again. Status line, indicator titles. See how that disappeared. Click M8 so you could choose to hide or show your indicator titles. This is really important. See how the line here is blue and see how this number is blue next to MA. Well, that helps us just know immediately that I'm a moving average. Blue, blue. And if we change this color, so style, and then let's change this to orange. Now we see the numbers change to orange. The line is orange. Over here it's orange, and we can quickly find it. Let's close this so we can get rid of our paper trading off the chart. That's what we just did there. So now you see this orange means moving average. Orange means moving average. MA, let's go back to settings, status line, and additionally your indicator arguments, which you can check. And that just tells you what your indicator is. So moving average 9, close. So for example, go to your indicator settings. Go to your inputs and look, length is 9, the source is closed. So we're calculating a moving average with a length of 9, and it's based on the close. And that shows us that information right here. So we'll just show you that again. Right click, settings, status line. Choose to see or hide your indicator titles or show what exactly the indicator is calculating. Additionally, there are indicator values, so watch again what happens. This is the value of the indicator. So this is our moving average, orange line. Remember the orange line. What is the value of that moving average? And you can choose to hide or show that as well. So as you can see, here is our indicator value. Here is the bid and ask. And essentially you can digest all of that information right here at the top right in real time. And you can choose to hide it or show it. If you'd rather see a chart that's empty, go ahead and uncheck everything. So this whole region now is gone. If you want to follow all of these data feeds in real time and show your indicators and your indicator arguments or what the indicator is displaying, make sure these boxes are checked. Indicator values follow your indicator in real time. And that's how you do that. Additionally, there is a background that you can add to your status line. And that is entirely up to you depending on how you want it to look and feel. And you can change the transparency just by moving this color wheel. Okay, moving on to scales, and actually, let's uncheck. Let's keep these boxes actually, like this, for now. This is good. We can see everything that's going on, and let's go to scales. So what do scales mean? Well, if you look at the icon with the arrows going up and to the right, that should tell you. Scales refer to this here. This is your price scale, and this is your time scale. So time scale on the bottom, price scale at the right, and that's how you're measuring price and movement. You're following a price over time. So these are your scales. Let's change the chart really quickly to get a feel for something new. And let's get started here with our time scales. Okay, we hit settings, we go to scales, down. The status line is up here to the top left, scales. Keep your eyes over here. So we're going to hide this section. Now, by moving our chart settings box here. So let's watch what happens here. Symbol name. We click this, we see that it disappeared. So we can watch it on the chart as we please, just by checking or unchecking that box. This is great if you share charts. So if you screenshot your chart, people will always know what symbol is there. It hangs out right there next to the price. So let's uncheck this for now. Symbol last price label. We'll watch this region here. We click and the price is gone. Click, price is there, and you can change, the value according to scale. And then you can also see price and percentage. And that's really helpful if you like to measure things in percentages or how your trade is doing. You can choose to show that. So why don't we actually create our own custom layout here where we're showing the symbol name. See that, and the symbol last price, and price and percentage value. So it's this right here. Okay, moving on. Symbol, previous day close price. Well, this is going to tell you what the previous day close price was. And see this gray box here. Watch what happens. Disappears, appears. And what we're looking at is we're adding the previous day close price to the chart. So we can watch the current price. That's this region here. relative to the previous close. Just check this box to see the previous day's close price, bid and ask labels. Now remember, we were mentioning this in the symbol section with bid and ask lines. Well, when you go to scales, go to bid and ask labels and click check. And let's actually hide these other things that we've worked through. Let's hide actually all of this for now, and we'll get to this later because this is important. So we've hidden everything on the price scale except for bid and ask labels. And you see what's happening here. We now see bid and ask labels on the chart. And let's go to 1 minute to really see them. Wow. Yeah, so the spread is, there we go. What we're doing is just expanding our price scale right now to see the bid and ask in an easier way. And by the way, how do we do that? We hover our mouse over the price scale, click and hold, and then drag it up or down. Okay, so bid and ask labels. You can see the ask and bid in real time just by checking or unchecking this box. It really is that easy. Okay, let's zoom back out here, and now we have pre and post market price labels. Of course, we would need to look at a stock specifically for this. Let's close out. This is a paper trading position that we're going to close out because we just moved to a new symbol. And let's close out these orders. And so here's our bid and ask labels, pre and post market price labels. Well, if the market's not open, if it is an hour, say at 8:15 a.m. MET, before the stock market has opened at 9:30. If you check this box, you can see pre and post market price labels on the scale. High and low price labels. This is really cool. We actually encourage you to explore this. If you're an intraday trader or just following your asset closely, check out how cool this is, high and low. So you can see the highs and lows just by checking a box instantly. Let's hide the bid-ask labels for now because we don't need this. Let's do symbol last price. Label here. Let's change this back to the value according to the scale. And then of course, let's add the symbol name. So what we've done there now is we've created a chart of Apple with its current price here that we can easily see. Check, check, and then the high and low price labels. Here's our high, here's our low, and now we can watch in real time. Apple trade with the high in mind and the low in mind. The average close price label will show us the average close. See that? Let's uncheck this. Indicator name label. So if you recall, here's our moving average with a length of 9. When we check the indicator name label, check it out, MA moving average. Last value label. Check the box. Now we see the last value of the indicator. So remember what we showed you up here. Moving average, 9. The color is orange. Here's the orange color. We're going to exit this. See the orange line here. We've selected it. So now we can quickly identify the moving average across our chart. Moving average. It's also here at the top left, and it's running across our chart orange. Let's go back to settings because this is important. We can control how we see this on the price scale. So we have our high, we have our low, we have Apple here, and then we also have our Apple moving average. Let's keep that on for now. Financials name label and financials last value label. We'll get into this later. This is if you are showing a financial metric on your chart. And by the way, not sure if you knew this, but this button right here, fundamental metrics for stocks, click it. Now you can chart fundamental metrics. You can work through this just like you would. The menu we're showing you now, but this is for fundamental metrics. So for example, total revenue, we click quarterly, and here's quarterly revenue for Apple on the chart. This is a long-term mindset. So let's zoom out to 1 week, and here it is. We can see Apple's quarterly revenue. And as we were saying, settings, financials name, see this Apple total revenue. Financials last value label, you can see the last value, and that is essentially how you would use this with the financials available to you on TradingView. Let's exit out of this, and let's get our price scale back to auto, so we can see this a little easier. By the way, what we just showed you there's a button at the bottom to auto your price scale. And it just automates it, so that it looks and fits your screen. When you uncheck this auto, you can essentially create price scales of your own. You can move the chart as you please, and there are no restrictions on how you move the chart. Click auto and it will adjust. Let's get back to it. Let's go to settings, and we are working our way down the settings menu. Remember, the chart settings are how you customize everything happening on your chart. As a quick review, because we're halfway through, symbol, remember symbol, see the candles here. It's how you control these candles. So you can uncheck any of these, change the colors, hide them, show them, it's all up to you. You can show the last price lines. All of these options are available to you. There's status line. Remember, status line is this area up here. And let's actually start to hide some of these. Now that we're adding a lot to our chart, why don't we make it a little more visually pleasing? And let's start to subtract something. So now all we want to see, as you notice, we unchecked these boxes, and now you just see Apple and our indicator clean and easy to see. Scales. Remember now, scales seated up and to the right. It's creating a chart with X and Y axis. Well, that's your price and your time, and that is how you can control everything happening here. So we've gone through all of the time and price scales, and I believe we last ended on financials, no overlapping labels, so that you can try to avoid the aspect of labels running into each other on the price scales. Countdown to bar close, super important. This is one that's often used so that people always know what's happening on their chart and how much time is left until the next candle or bar. So when we check this box, look at this countdown, 4 days and 5 hours. Well, we're on a weekly chart, so this candle represents a full week of trading. Well, it's Monday while we're recording this, so we have 4 days and 5 hours until the next candle. Watch what happens if we go to a 5-minute chart. There are now 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in this 5-minute chart. So this 5-minute candle ends now in 2 minutes, and it looks like 45 seconds. So let's go to settings and count down to bar close. Click to hide it. Click to show it. Let's keep it on for now because in our opinion, it's a constant reminder of the time frame where we are on and how much time until the next bar begins. Currency. Watch this region at the top right. We click currency. Here's USD. We're pricing this in US dollars. So if you look at assets priced in different currencies around the world, use this. And check this box to quickly see what currency you are viewing your chart in. Okay, now you have learned about how to customize your chart. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and click the red subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell to be notified for more videos. See you in the next episode.